We all love Dungeon Keeper, and we all sometimes get an itch to play some custom levels. But how do we know which ones are good to play and which ones are trash? This is my top 10 favourite Dungeon Keeper levels that I've played so far. I've tried to showcase a variety of map creators or authors, and I hope you enjoy my top 10. Let me know what you think and if there are any others that you really enjoy. The first level is from a campaign, is level 3 of the Quest of the Hero campaign. In this one, we are dealing with creatures which have been altered, and I think it's really fun how the campaign creator has been able to change creatures in such a way that you're able to like come up with new strategies as a whole. I really enjoy when people do that. This level in particular has caught my fancy because there is good challenge in the waves of creatures that come at you. And something I also really enjoy is that the impenetrable rock around your dungeon makes it so that the dungeon I actually build is kind of unique, and if people would play that and compare it to my dungeon, I expect that they'll look very different. The cramped layout means that you have to really think about how you're going to plan out your dungeon and make things most effective. And the effectiveness of your dungeon really changes from how you're used to, because creatures have different preferences for rooms, and so you need to kind of think about what your goals are in the level and how you're going to achieve them. I also think that the level does have quite a challenge in terms of difficulty, and so this one is for players that are a bit experienced in the game. However, because many things have been changed, you don't have to have a deep understanding of the game in order to play it. Next is Sumner Zarat. This is a level where the theme is you have undead creatures and a necromancer or a warlock. And in this level you're against some heroes, and it's semi-standard in the sense that you have heroes invading you and you have to kind of deal with them. I think it's a well-made level. It's got a good script to it and a good story, if that tickles your pickle. And the barracks sees some play in the level, which is always a good thing because it doesn't usually see much play. The fights themselves aren't too bad. However, you do have access to the guard post, and there is water in the map, so you may be expected to kind of block off areas of water with the guard post. Overall, it's just a really solid level where you're up against some heroes and getting invaded. I did enjoy it, even though you do have access to a prison and graveyard. It still feels fairly well balanced though. At number 8, we have a level where the main gimmick is that you have a blue keeper as an ally, and you're up against another keeper and some heroes. So what we have here is you're trying to work your way to the heroes to the east, while at the same time protecting your ally against the green keeper to the north. You don't see too many levels that have allies, so it is a refreshing kind of change of pace from the usual levels. It is quite difficult though, in the sense that the heroes that you face are fairly high level for what you would expect, but it's quite satisfying and fun to play because you have the aspect of trying to like help out your ally, and you want to make them as strong as possible to help you out. There is some possession in the level, but there's also a good bit of kind of dungeon management that comes later on. I think this level is carried by the gimmick that it has, also by the level design, and then the layout really makes it interesting to play. Although, as I mentioned, it is quite difficult, so prepare for it. We have another campaign level here. This is from the Another Dungeon campaign. In this level, you're up against another keeper and some heroes, and the part that makes it interesting is how there's two different strategies that you have there, and the way the level plays out changes depending on which enemy you take first. I think that's quite interesting for the time that this is made, and it makes for some replayability value. And also the difficulty of the level kind of makes you think of different strategies that you can use, and you might try different things. The scripting to the level is good. The hero invasions kind of keep you on our toes, and the Yellow Keeper himself is a kind of a formidable foe. So it's a good challenge of a level, but it's still fairly fair. So it is a rewarding level to play, and I'd also recommend you check out the campaign, as it's a pretty good campaign that I really enjoyed playing. At number 6, we have the Evil Hexagram from the Chinese map packs. This level is kind of like a puzzle level, and it's kind of similar to Ancient Keeper in terms of puzzles and difficulty, except there's quite a few puzzles in the level, and the difficulty seems also more harder than Ancient Keeper. Apart from the puzzles, you also have a fair bit of minion combat. You do end up with quite a large army, and the enemy also is a large army to deal with. So you have to go toe to toe with them and your minions. And I think the map has been well thought out in terms of design, layout, and the script. There's fairly common hero invasions, and that'll kind of keep you occupied. The level is quite long and quite difficult, but again, the payoff kind of makes it quite fun. Another campaign level at number 5. We have another level where you have an allied keeper. This time the level is focused on freeing their minions and gaining vampires, and as you claim more graveyards, your vampires can increase in power through level 1 up higher. The interesting thing about the level is that you get to make incremental progress as you go through and kind of power up your army. There's also hero invasions that happen regularly at your own dungeon, and the interesting thing about that is that you get to use your allied keeper to help you out in fighting them together. So you want to kind of free their minions as that helps you out. There is just one path around the level really, so it's kind of railroaded, but that kind of shows you where you're meant to be going, and as I say, making that incremental progress. I would give this whole campaign a shot, as it's probably my favourite campaign, but yeah, this level in particular is quite memorable from the campaign, again because of the unique aspect of having an allied keeper. Ghost in the Machine takes number 4 spot. In this level, you're up against a Yellow Keeper with some heroes to deal with along the way. The interesting thing about this level is that to fight the Yellow Keeper, you sacrifice your imps to send your ghosts to fight them. And the level has all kinds of scripts to it. It's kind of like a showcase of the various features of Keeper FX, such as impassable terrain. It also has other features such as deactivating the hand that you use to pick up creatures when you go and fight the Keeper. Another good thing about the level is that it incentivizes you to sacrifice your imps to send your army to the Keeper, therefore whittling them down. I would also recommend the map for people that wish to make further levels, as the script itself is well commented, therefore giving you inspiration on how to make your own levels. Crail Rune takes the number 3 spot. This is a level where you have a hero gate which gives you creatures based on which rooms you capture. This happens at regular intervals and can give you leveled up creatures. So it incentivizes aggressive playstyle where you progress through the map as far as you can, claim more rooms, therefore getting more creatures and creatures that are leveled up. In a normal level you would feel quite bad about losing a high level creature, but in this level it is alright to lose some from time to time, because you can replenish them quite easily. So it's quite different in that regard. The level does, however, require you to move at a decent pace through it, and if you find areas which are perhaps too high level for you, then you should really have a look around and is the rooms that you've perhaps missed, and that way you can claim rooms and get a better army. The level is unique, so that gets extra points from me. Unusual Kingdom takes the number 2 spot. This level showcases the script changes to keeper effects by having customized traps, customized spell boxes, and a new tile set. So again, new things kind of keep the game fresh, and that kind of puts this up high on my ranking, as that it's compared to the rest levels, it's very unique that you get to use kind of different traps, and you get to use traps more frequently due to the changes that have been made through the script. The level also has the prison, torture room and graveyard. However, these have also been changed to make them more fair and balanced, so it provides a good challenge whilst at the same time having access to these quite powerful rooms. So the number 1 spot goes to the Undivine Dungeon series. As previous, this shows off various features of Keeper FX and really pushes them both out on how big the scripts are. At the time of making this, there has been 3 levels made, and each one is unique in their own regard. They are all also relatively easy compared to other kind of custom levels, so everyone can enjoy playing them. I've had a lot of fun playing these and have been blown away by how far Dungeon Keeper has come, and it really seems like a kind of different game when you're playing these levels, so I would highly recommend you playing them yourself if you haven't already. So that's been my top 10 Dungeon Keeper levels. Hope you gave them a play and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, see ya.